Hola my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making cutting quaint, otherwise known as groundnut soup or peanut soup. Stay tuned to the end of this video so I can show you the steps to take to make this delicious Ghanaian dish in your kitchen. As always, we'll start off with a quick rundown of the ingredients that we're going to be using. First, I've got my meat, so I'm going to be using chicken. So this is the hard chicken, boiler chicken they call it, or also known as the chicken hen. So that's the female chicken. So I've washed my chicken. I washed it with some lime and some cold water, ensuring that I've cleaned it thoroughly. I also burnt off the feathers off the chicken because there'll be nothing worse than biting into a bit of your meat and then having feathers in your mouth. So do make sure you do a good job at cleaning your chicken. Next, we've got our onions. So I've got 2 white onions and 1 shallot onion. I've got minced garlic here. I've also got some minced ginger. And I've got my green seasoning paste. My green seasoning is a blend of herbs and aromatics that I use to season a lot of my food. If you'd like the recipe for this, I've done a video on this, so if you'd like to see that video, I'll leave the link in the description box below. Moving on, I've got 1 Scotch bonnet. I've got 2 Maggi seasoning cubes, and I'm also going to be using some sea salt for taste. And that's all the ingredients that we're going to be using just to season the chicken. We're just seasoning the chicken at this point. There'll be additional ingredients for the actual soup. So I'm going to throw all the ingredients into the pot with the chicken, add in some boiling water and leave to cook on a medium heat for about 30 minutes. Remember, we're using the hard chicken, so we want to give it enough time to soften before we add our other ingredients. I'm adding enough boiling water just to cover the chicken, give it a quick stir and pop the lid on. As I mentioned, we'll be steaming our chicken for about 30 minutes just so that all the flavours can be incorporated and the chicken can soften. While our chicken is steaming, we're going to move on to our peanut butter. So I have 1 cup of peanut butter here, and I'm going to add in some boiling water and whisk it to a nice, smooth, silky consistency. Check this out, guys. This is the consistency we are looking for. Look how luxurious and silky smooth this looks. This is what's going to form your nice creamy texture for your peanut soup. Put this to the side as we will be adding it to our steamed chicken shortly. We now want to steam our vegetables for the soup. So I've got some fresh tomatoes here. I've also got some white onion and I've got a single Scotch bonnet pepper. I'm going to steam this in some boiling water so that the vegetables can soften, and then we will blend before adding to our delicious soup. Pop the lid on and let that cook for about 15 minutes on a high heat, and then we'll come back and blend when the vegetables have softened. 15 minutes later and we are ready to blend this. As you can see, the onions are translucent, and that's an indicator that they are ready for the next stage. So we're going to put this in a blender and blend to a fine paste. Be sure to add some of the water as this helps in the blending process. We're looking for a fine, smooth paste, so adding water will allow us to get that consistency. Now let's go and check on our chicken. Wow, we've got perfectly steamed chicken here, guys. As you can see, the flavours have concentrated and we have a flavoursome chicken. So we know that when we bite into our chicken, it's not just the soup that has the flavour, but our chicken pieces also will taste delicious. Now we're going to add in our creamy peanut butter. I mean, look at that, guys. It just looks like heaven. Just give that a gentle mix, and then we're going to add in our tomato and onion mix. So in goes our blended tomatoes. Put all of that in, And then we're going to also add in the juice that was left over. We're going to sieve that in because we don't want all those pips from the tomato. So we'll sieve that in, add in some boiling water and leave that to boil on a high heat for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to turn it down to a low heat and leave that to simmer until it's ready. My pot has been boiling on high heat for 10 minutes. I'm going to turn this down on a low heat to let it simmer, but before I do that I want to add my final ingredient, which is 2 tablespoons of tomato puree. I'm going to add this to just give it that nice rich colour and to thicken my soup up just a little bit. I'm going to put all of that in, give it a little stir, put my lid on and leave that to simmer on a low heat until it's ready. You'll know it's ready because all the oil would have risen to the top, and then it's ready for eating. And it's ready, guys. Look at that. We've got a nice juicy tender pieces of meat. We've got a delicious luxurious peanut soup. What can I say? It just looks gorgeous. I like mine quite spicy, so I did throw in a couple of extra Scotch bonnet peppers just to give it that flavour. I won't burst them, I will leave them whole. But there you have it, guys, a gorgeous, delicious cutting quine soup. I'm plating this up now so that I can sit down and eat. Look at the luxurious groundnut soup that we have created, guys. Now this soup can be eaten with a mouture, fufu, or it can just be simply eaten on its own. Whichever way, it is delicious. So guys, please try this recipe out and comment down below on what you enjoy eating your groundnut soup with. Please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos from me. Thank you for watching this episode of Astrid's Kitchen, and I'll see you all in the next video.